Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. While the Bachelors Juliana Pasquarosa and Litia Garr had a close friendship leading up to the season finale, everything changed when Ellis proposed to her. Grant entered the game with one objective in mind: find his wife and his children's mother. His 25 applicants were all ready to find love, and Grant's season has been emotional because he was the first Bachelor lead named before applications began. All of the women were determined to establish a future with Grant. Unfortunately, this dynamic resulted in friction and multiple fallouts. Grant had chemistry with several contestants on The Bachelor season 29, and his hesitation made eliminations more agonizing. Many of the ladies who were eliminated believed Grant was in love or was close to it. The most severe episode of whiplash occurred in runner-up Litia Garr. The lead repeatedly validated Litia and assured her that she would be the one. When Grant chose Juliana, her relationship with the season's winner deteriorated. Juliana was left feeling excluded and even bullied. Juliana should not face punishment for Grant's behavior. Litia was obviously unhappy when Grant eliminated her in the last hour. Grant changed his mind about the women in the run-up to the proposal. He battled enormously, and the show's stringent deadline left him exhausted and mentally devastated. Despite his ambivalence, Grant spent the majority of his time with Litia, assuring her that he loved her and was prepared for their future. Litia then took shots at Grant and Juliana following her rejection. While Grant's actions were clearly deceptive, her comments about his connection with Juliana were inappropriate. She appeared to be behaving out of animosity. Juliana did nothing to deserve these petty assaults. First, Litia suggested that Juliana doubt Grant's motives, saying, "I would have a lot of questions if I were her, from the things you've said to me." Juliana was upset to hear her name brought up at this time because she had no say in the decision. Litia made a harsh comment about her love tale. Litia is directly criticizing Juliana's connection with Grant. While her frustrations are understandable, she does not need to imply that Grant does not genuinely love Juliana. Juliana was devastated to hear these words because she wanted to preserve friendships with her co-stars. Juliana hoped she and the other women might keep in touch after filming. She and Litia, the last two finalists, spent the most time together. As Litia distanced herself and ridiculed Juliana's connection, their closeness and developing friendship deteriorated quickly. When Juliana inquired about the other women's attendance during the live finale, I was told that they were coming in support of Litia. This hurt Juliana as she formed what she hoped would be long-lasting friendships. Grant's relationship with Litia ended up unfairly damaging Juliana's connections. Litia's statements harmed her connections even further. Grant's activities have directly caused Litia's frustrations and Juliana's broken connections with her co-stars. Grant repeatedly promised Litia that he loved her and was willing to commit to her. Litia's subsequent fury was justified. However, Litia's annoyances should be directed against Grant rather than Juliana. Her remarks were unnecessarily hostile. Juliana should not have been mentioned in the meeting because the focus was on Grant's accountability, not hers. Grant miscommunicated his intentions to Litia, but he and Juliana were firm in their commitment. The two have spoken about the show's final weeks, as well as Grant's friendship with Litia. Grant and Juliana may have to show their honesty to skeptical fans, but The Bachelor's newest couple is up to the task. They have the potential to make it. Before the dramatic season finale of The Bachelor season 29 aired, viewers were captivated not only by Ellis' slow-burning journey to love but also by the genuine friendship that had blossomed between Juliana Pasquarosa and Litia Garr. In the mansion, where tension often simmered just below the surface, their bond was refreshing: two intelligent, poised, and emotionally attuned women navigating the intense world of reality TV with mutual support and warmth. Juliana and Litia had leaned on each other during the most stressful weeks of filming. With emotions constantly heightened and romantic stakes running high, the women often turned to one another for comfort. Whether it was sharing quiet conversations before rose ceremonies or decompressing in their shared suite after a long group date, the camaraderie between them had seemed unshakable. Both women were aware they were front-runners, and while there were inevitable undercurrents of competition, they managed to keep it civil until the final rose. Grant entered the season with a laser-focused mindset. As the first Bachelor in franchise history to be cast before the application pool was open, every woman who applied knew exactly who they'd be vying for. The dynamic was unprecedented. Contestants were drawn to Grant for his blend of humility, intellect, and traditional values. This preselection led to an unusually competitive and emotionally charged environment. The women weren't just there to fall in love, they were there for Grant, and he bore the weight of their expectations. Unfortunately, this dynamic placed Grant under immense pressure. With every woman already envisioning a life with him, each elimination grew heavier. His emotional turmoil was evident, and his final weeks were plagued with indecision. While he formed meaningful connections with several women, his most intimate moments were reserved for Juliana and Litia. For most of the season, Litia was seen as the front-runner. Grant frequently affirmed her, not only with gestures of affection but also with strong verbal commitments. He told her he loved her, confided in her about his fears, and even envisioned their future together in vivid detail. Viewers, and Litia herself, believed it was a done deal. That's what made the final rose ceremony so shocking. Litia walked into the final scene certain that she was going to leave engaged. But Grant had a change of heart. In a gut-wrenching twist, he confessed that while he deeply cared for her, his heart ultimately belonged to Juliana. The whiplash was not just brutal, it was public. The moment Grant knelt before Juliana, everything changed. What was once a deep friendship between Juliana and Litia became strained, then irreparably fractured. In the aftermath, Litia's heartbreak turned to resentment, not just toward Grant, but increasingly toward Juliana. Juliana, blindsided by the shift, tried to reach out. She'd hoped that even if things changed romantically, the friendships she'd formed during filming could continue. But Litia shut the door quickly, offering clipped responses and subtle digs during post-show interviews. What was worse, many of the other women, who had aligned themselves with Litia, also seemed to distance themselves from Juliana, especially during the live finale. "I was told they were coming in support of Litia," Juliana quietly admitted backstage, her voice tinged with hurt. "That was hard to hear. I really thought I'd made connections that would last." As the finale aired, Bachelor Nation erupted. Fans were split, some were furious at Grant for misleading Litia, while others turned their frustration toward Juliana, seeing her as complicit in Litia's heartbreak. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.